A twisted truth concealed within the shadows. My heartbeat pounds against this barren ground. A grotesque smile hiding behind the mask of justice. Beneath the paradise, I bear my cause in the dead of night. Where cold light pierces my lungs. Watch me dance upon the ruins of a broken balance. A melody that will overturn this distorted world. Wearing a crown where black blood flows. Fragments shattered, forming a tragedy complete. Call me a villain, I will never stop. From the edge of ruin blooms the purest darkness. Until my final breath, I will sing. A melody that will overturn this distorted world. Wearing a crown where black blood flows. Fragments shattered, forming a tragedy complete. Call me a villain, I will never stop. From the edge of ruin blooms the purest darkness. Until my final breath, I will sing. The brighter the light, the deeper I become. A single fracture that shatters false beliefs. There is no salvation, it never existed. Face me at the very depths of despair. When the cold touch of metal meets my fingertips, a perfectly designed collapse begins. In the forgotten history of the defeat, I remain as the most vivid scar. Shattering the silence of a sleeping city, I established fear where order once stood. A melody that will overturn this distorted world. Wearing a crown where black blood flows. Fragments shattered, forming a tragedy complete. Call me a villain, I will never stop. From the edge of ruin beams the purest darkness. Until my final breath, I will sing. A melody that will overturn this distorted world. Wearing a crown where black blood flows. Fragments shattered, forming a tragedy complete. Call me a villain, I will never stop. From the edge of ruin lose the purest darkness. Until my final breath, I will sing. The face in the mirror feels unfamiliar. Thick inside, beneath another mask. The word failure burns across my wrist like a scar. No matter how hard I struggle, this won't even move. Curled up with my head in my hands, I endure the noise of the city. Does everyone live like this? Was life always meant to feel this heavy? Chasing the mirage of success, only to sink deeper into the swamp. Everyone smiles while hiding their lies. Those cruel comforts telling me I'm not the only one pretending. Somehow it comforts me knowing we're all falling apart together. This suffocating normal life keeps dragging me further down. Is this how everybody survives? Slowly going numb while lying to each other. This tragic reality stitched together from broken pieces. I don't care if I break, if it means ending this hollow performance. The isolation, eating at the edge of ruin, only makes me feel more free. Until my final breath fades away, I won't stop singing this heavy song. Cold air slips through the cracks in my broken mask. Maybe this ruined version of me is the only thing that could complete me. There's nothing beyond the wall, because there was never a door to begin with. When the mask finally comes off, there's no one left underneath the walls of reality. Still laugh at me. Maybe this is how we all disappear. Crushing all the shattered pieces under my feet. Cold that creeps out from the cracks in between. The final knot of this unfolding tragedy. I already know whose hands it will be before the bloodstained memories on the ground run dry. We have no choice but to sharpen against each other. In a nameless seasons, swallowed by shadows, twisted truth spreads like poison through my veins. At the edge of ruin waits the purest darkness. Call me a villain, I don't really care. The only one standing on this stage of destruction. This mark of a villain shines brighter anyway. In a season consumed, where even names fade away, distorted truth seeps deep into my bones. At the end of collapse, I face the clearest darkness. Call me a villain, it doesn't matter now. The only existence upon this crumbling stage. The name villain only makes me glow. Broken pieces can never be restored. A twisted smile and a fractured reflection on this road where justice has been kicked aside. Only destruction remains as the final salvation beneath the fallen sky that scatters into ash. I sink deeper into the endless abyss. A chilling thrill pierces straight through my heart. It's been too long since I crossed that line. At the peak of this room where even hate feels beautiful, this is where your fate and mine come to an end. In a nameless season, swallowed in the dark. suits me better anyway. Through the cracks of this dark room, waving dawn light cannot reach. Broken bread scrolls slowly across the floor, crushed beneath these endless turning gears. I fade again into faceless crowds, even when I gather up the pieces of my days. Only cold emptiness remains in my hands. Everybody smiles, but their eyes are hollow inside. Hope feels like a flickering light about to die. Voices talking about success scratch against my ears. Even when we can barely breathe, nobody dares to stop. The longer I pretend to be okay, the darker my shadow becomes. No high notes. Is everyone falling apart like this? Track forward with broken dreams inside them, slowly drowning in this rising emptiness beneath the cold night where nobody reaches out. If I could finally find the strength to save myself, I'd gladly become the villain, because maybe then I wouldn't be afraid anymore. My heart shakes like I'm standing at the edge of a cliff. Even the faintest light fades into blackness. Shattered ideals scatter beneath my feet as cracks grow deeper and deeper. And even if I finally fall, at least I'll be freer than this false world. Inside this darkness, where dreams and reality blur together, I stare blankly at the ceiling falling apart above me. Maybe salvation never existed, but somewhere inside this endless isolation, I still want the strength to change myself. Sleepless nights tremble outside my window as I slowly sink into another endless night. And at the edge of this fading feeling, quietly I become something unfamiliar. Something you could fade in, something unfamiliar. At the dinner table, casting lengthening shadows, cold soup sits beside a shattered sense of justice, murmuring prayers that no one believes anymore. I chose the dark instead of salvation. Kindness tastes like candy laced with poison. The moment it melts, it eats into your heart. They chase after artificial light outside the window, while I find the truth buried in the mud below. Through the cracks of a broken world, the screams run deep. I'll be the one who conducts the symphony of ruin. If equal collapse is the only peace we know, I'll gladly snuff out the last light of this world. On a night where rain falls over ash gray sky, where did the promises of heroes disappear to? Only abandoned children beneath the silent sky. When ropes named Laura tighten around my throat, I take the blame. place from fractured worlds. The distant screams arise. I stand conducting every note of ruin. If shared destruction is the only rest we get, then I'll be the one to end the final flame, while silent rain falls over fields of ash. A final song for those with nowhere left to go. A heartbeat pounding out a rhythm made of hate. Awake alone inside a sleeping wasteland. A stranger dancing toward perfect extinction. Even the sun is gone. Eternal night remains. Wearing another familiar expression on my face, hiding this twisted, unfamiliar feeling behind my smile. All this time sharpening my edges beneath polite words. Another version of me slowly opens its eyes. A street filled only with passing footsteps. I still can't blend into the spaces between people. Reality keeps drifting apart like oil in water. And at the end of my nonsenses, only cold air remains. Balancing dangerously at the edge of a cliff. Fragments of my collapse and self scatter below. The moment I stared into the deepest despair. Maybe I should just let everything go and laugh beneath these fading lights. A stranger inside me wakes tonight. I tear away the shattered shell and rise. With nothing left to protect, I let myself fall apart completely. At the cracked edge of this world, I quietly breathe out. And after this long and endless silence, I finally face who I really am. A room inside my heart, left frozen in exhaustion. Back then even breathing felt like an act. At dawn the sailing air almost suffocated me. Now darkness is the only warmth left around me. I already tore apart the script of the good child. Devotion for someone else means nothing anymore. I stagger forward across these collapsing feelings. My heartbeat shakes hard and harder inside me. The fuse inside my mind finally burns to its limit. Destructive urge flickers beneath blackened eyes. I won't endure it anymore. I'd rather choose to fall and find my true self at the end of complete ruin. Under dim neon lights, the hidden version of me begins to breathe. Even behind this fractured skin, I trip beyond the edge with nothing left to hold on to. I sink deeper without resistance at the ruined border of this world. A quiet sigh escapes me, and beyond this endless silence, I finally become someone real. The whole world is warped, like looking through a broken lens. It's the same street as yesterday, but I feel like I've dropped into another planet. People's laughter scrapes against my eardrums like static lures. Common sense taken for granted by all feels like an unreadable code to me. Where does this sense just a stranger here. It feels like a massive glass wall has been built right in front of me. No use tapping on it, no use screaming. Only my own voice echoes back. Toss away that old ladder wrapped in the word effort. The trap named opportunity is locking us in and mocking us. The flame inside me, once grown cold, finally begins to burn. Within this twisted system, I breathe to a different beat. I wanna shatter the elaborate lies that everyone believes as truth. I hurl my rage beyond that wall, pointing to my limits, casting aside the mask of an ordinary daily life. Once there through the silence, with my strangest, truest voice. Suppressed cries burst out from between the misaligned gears, rejecting the set orbit. I create my own dissonance in front of this solid wall of reality that chokes the breath out of me. Rather than stilling still and surrendering, I will eventually cause a crack. I won't force myself to fit in anymore. This dissonance is my weapon. When the category of normal pushes me out, I find freedom instead outside those boundaries. The order of this world that seemed indestructible is trembling slightly before my cold, sharp fury. The world remains distorted, and the walls of reality stand tall. But I trust this alien sensation. For the sake of the true self, I'll eventually face. The end of the path we chose is long out of sight. A distant light that slips through my reaching fingers. The dry, simple facts I face every single day turn into sharp thorns piercing deep within my chest. Even as I struggle to fit the misaligned pieces, all that remains is a wounded, heavy silence. clutching onto the jagged fragments of a collapsed tomorrow. I stand upon the shadow of justice, swallowed by the gloom, in a stillness that offers no answer to my cries. I've decided to walk this road in my own solitary way. Frozen in a space where the balance has gone astray. The meaning of right and wrong vanishes into a thick mist of the eddy, fueled by the remains of broken expectations. Lifts the curtain on a chaos where light and dark entwine. At the edge of every moment we can never take back. I take another heavy step forward, refusing to ever stop. In the heart of the city where cold metallic echoes ring, I wander searching for an answer no one ever taught. Better a chilling truth than a false hollow comfort. While everyone else shuts their eyes, I will keep my watch. The shattered moments of our lives that history won't record fall upon my feet like the deepest, most vivid scars. Toward the edge, rather than seeking a salvation that never existed, I simply stare into the emptiness that we call reality. Hope lies so far away, truth still stings the heart, but on this tangled road I will remain as myself until the end. Shadows soaking my feet, feel unusually heavy today. Blurry traces of the city refract and flow over my vacant eyes. Even in the middle of a crowd, I feel transparent, hollowed out. Familiar landscapes turn into an alien stage that pushes me away. Where did it all go wrong? The world I knew has already evaporated. A tomorrow that seems within reach stands blocked like an iron wall. In this suffocating silence, I find my own sound of breaking. I'm sick of the deceptive comfort, saying things get better with effort. The more the stifling order tightens its grip on me, the cold cynicism inside me turns into a thorn blade. these misaligned beats. With the stigma of alienation, I'll climb that towering wall. When everyone has died in the same hue, I'll remain colorless to clearly face the truth once the false spotlights go out. Even if I break, I won't bend. This sensation is my proof. A stranger caught in the cracks of an engineered gray city. The air of this world that rejects me feels sweet instead. I never asked for salvation here in the dark. I've already found the strength to crush the walls that cage me. The world will never understand me, and the walls of reality will stay cold. But beyond this distorted vision, I won't stop walking toward the path that's mine alone. Da na 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 da da da, da na da na da da da, da na da na da. Workplace where I change through the truth. Stood up, heard the wrong sing with cruise. Violent leaving, shed the full chair. Right jaw leaks black,